So we are live. Howdy, folks. This is Jörg from Dreamland Resort, and today I have a very special guest here, Michael, who just hiked Tikaboo, or actually to his very secret view spot near Tikaboo, and he has a story to tell, but we're going to get to that later. We'll start off a little slow to give people some time to trickle in, but I can promise you we have news for you that will blow your mind. So get ready to get your mind blown. In the meantime, Michael wants to show you some of his equipment. And first of all, welcome, Michael. I'm glad that you could be on the show here and tell the world what you have encountered up there.
Yeah, that was a pretty close encounter with something I wish and would like to happen, and it happened. It's like a dream that really comes true.
And we're going to build up that excitement a little more before we tell people what it is.
So, I'm not going to tell what it was till the end of the stream. That's how it's good to stay in touch.
Yeah, we actually have three big news for you. We're going to reveal two in a minute here, and then stay tuned for the rest of the stream. At the end of the stream, we're going to have another piece of news for you. So stay with us. And after we are done yakking away, we're going to actually take questions. I know you guys have lots of questions for Michael. So we'll do that. We'll try to wrap this up in about 45 minutes or so, and then we'll dedicate probably another 45 minutes to your questions. So for now, please hold off on your questions. Let us do the thing first, and then we'll focus on your questions. Hello, Gary. Good to see you again. I think it's the Gary that I think it is, not the Gary that we don't think it is. Really good guy. So, okay. And with this, I'll give it to Michael, and he will show you his equipment.
Yeah. There were a lot of people that were asking me what equipment I'm using. So this is the bag.
And what's in the bag?
And in the bag, you will see, for example, this is the heating equipment that I'm using when staying overnight at the peaks, because sometimes temperatures used to decrease so quickly that I need to have some supplements to keep the heating on me.
Which is actually interesting. We looked at some of your pictures earlier, and I saw you standing there early morning with a coat on, and I'm like, was it really that cold?
Yeah, it was really cold. It used to be really cold early in the morning before the sun is rising. You need to have a coat on you, some gloves maybe or something, because you just keep it in freezing. It is in the midday, yeah? But let me express myself with explaining what I have. This kind of things like that are the spare batteries. I have 5 of those, and it lasts me like 3 days to run on it. So I can barely catch any movement of the bases. And this is the additional ports. I have some filters for my camera here. I won't show it up because it's nothing particularly that is connected to the base.
Camera is amazing.
Yeah. And there are some putting the headphones, and if I would have any problems with hearing the communications via the radio. And this is the big deal. It's already 3 years old, but it's not a child. It gave me a lot of fun. And particularly, I'm just using this for videography, for photography in the range, and for a daily basis in my home country as well. So it's just the Nikon P1000. Its optical zoom is 125, and it's possible to record the videos in 4K resolution, but I used to record the videos in Full HD and 16 frames per second. Yeah, it works best, and it got a clarity quality, and it's pretty much all what I need. Apart from that, the rest of the equipment that I prepared for this particular journey, this is something new. It was a mission for me to be prepared, but I come with it. I bought totally new set of Canon 15x50 binoculars that I not used as a binocular as itself, but I use it as an attachment for actually that small smartphone, which is 4 years old already, to put it inside here, and then the binoculars plays as a telescopes. The one thing I didn't make out in advance was the thing that autofocus is not working on this.
Yeah.
But you can see it still that although it's not working for the binoculars, the phone automatically adjusts the best settings for the current situation, so there is no point with losing a good quality. And it revealed out to be working pretty fine, because when there is a hit in the midday, the image is not so devastating by the heating that it used to be with the camera.
Yeah.
So you can get more details and be just prepared for any kind of situation that may occur. It's quite helpful, yeah?
We're going to show videos taken with this setup and also with a Nikon camera. So you can be the judge. You're going to see that this looks like a rigged solution, but it really produced very nice videos.
Yeah, it's very simple to use because it's very light. Oh, it's just 2 kilograms in weight, the back unit itself. This is 3D printed device that was originally designed by my friend in Poland. Best regards and warmest kisses to my friend Karol Moździerz. Thank you for doing that thing. It's really working. And the thing with that it's attached here, and the only thing that you need to do is to just sleep on it like that and run it on the phone, and you have the telescope that is in minimum form.
It's amazing.
And it's working pretty good, yeah.
Back in the days, we hauled our telescopes up there, big camera gear and all that stuff, and plus binoculars. So now you got it all in one.
Yeah,
and you're gonna see, guys, it's amazing the quality that he got with that. It's just mind blowing, today's technology.
Yes,
and of course that mount is a one of a kind mount.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if anybody's interested, I don't want to say too much, but maybe Michael can hook you up.
Just contact me. Yeah.
So well, with that, I think we're going to get right into it. Should we tell them what we saw, what you saw, or should we string it along a little longer?
I would wait a bit longer.
Well, okay, folks, we're going to just show you a little still here as a teaser, and maybe you kind of get an idea of where we're going with this. Okay, let's see which one I want to share. I think it's this one. Yep, that's the one. So we're sharing a screen here. And whoops, what you are looking at, tell them what they're looking at.
The picture that we are looking at the moment, in the center of it, you can see the Hangar 18. That particular photo wouldn't be anything special if there wouldn't be any kind of lightning that express, not from outside, but from inside of that hangar. And this is the very famous hangar of the base. It's rumors have it that it has a connection with the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, but it's just a lie. This is the hangar on its own is the biggest on the base. You can easily spot with the blind eye even from the Tikaboo without any telescopes, binoculars, additional equipment. So it's the biggest and one and only of that kind at the base at Groom. And what is particularly interesting, this hangar I have never seen before being opened.
You can see it cracked open here. There's a light coming out of that hangar, and you can see inside the hangar. This is Hangar 18. It used to be the biggest hangar at Area 51. And there's long been question about who or what is in that hangar. And I just saw Gary asking, going to show us the it. Yes, Gary, we are in a minute. So we're just building up the tension. We just like to tease you guys a little more here. But yes, we are going to show it.
Let us enter the doors first, yeah?
Well, so this was, I think, your first clue that there is something extraordinary happening there.
Yeah, actually, I got prepared. I just set my ring bar on the phone to woke me up exactly at 5:30. Because I got to some knowledge or just guessed right that if there would be an action, that would probably still in the darkness. And I looked for the website to look what would be the particular time for the sunrise, and got an information that, wow, the sunrise will be set for about 5:50, if I speaking out of the memory now, but it was like that. So there will be a visibility good enough to record something decent much before that time. So I got up about 5 a.m. I didn't wait for the phone to wake me up. and started to prepare for a day. So set my tripod, set the camera attached to it, and when I was zooming to the base and just scanning the base widely from one side to another, I did notice that there is too much light at this particular part of the base. I remembered from the previous trips that, of course, there are the lights on the Janet Wrap that you can see
Right
very
here,
clearly
yeah.
here. There was not so much lightning on the left side from the Janet terminal, and that made me thinking, wow, could it be really the Hangar 18 being open for some special occasion for me? And
Well,
I don't know.
let's give them the next picture.
The next
It's
picture.
still a little bit in the dark here, but maybe you're beginning to see a picture here. When you look at this guy right here, let's zoom in a bit.
Yeah,
It's very hazy. Keep in mind this was taken at dark, as you can see all the taxiway lights. So it was still dark, but
it's fair to claim that it was in the time lapse, or the time was set up for 25 seconds for the photo to be prepared and taken. So what you are seeing here is actually the lighted picture, but in reality it was completely in the dark. It was pitch black at the moment the photo was taken, and I only could see that something is moving because the light was just traveling from one side to another. Yeah.
yeah, then you saw it. Did you see it take off? You did see it take off, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
But I don't think, well, okay. Actually, what we're showing you here is just a subset of what Michael has. He's going to enhance his videos, and he's going to put them all on his YouTube channel. His channel is linked into mine. When you go to the front page of my channel, at the bottom, all the linked YouTube channels, all the channels that I'm friends with, you're going to get right to Michael. And it will also be in Michael's section on my channel. This is really just the tip of the iceberg, and we're going to show you the next video. I'm just stringing you guys along just a little more. I just enjoy this. Tons more of it taking off and landing at Groom will be on Michael's site, and it will be in a lot better quality. This is the raw material that we copied off of his camera last night. We went through his material and picked out a few things that we want to share with you. And
yeah, the first thing to point out is that, of course, these are raw, as Jörg said, these are raw images and videos. So they are just directly taken from the camera to the hard drive of Jörg to be played for you for that occasion. And after I will get back to Europe, I need to do some post-processing thing.
yeah,
And then stay tuned, because it won't take much time to do. It will be just over the hand in like 3 or 4 days probably, but it's worth to wait.
I think it's time to reveal it, don't you think?
No.
Oh, you're so cool. You want to keep them guessing a little. I think most of them know what it is already.
Yeah, they probably take good guesses on it.
So let's see. This is it. And there it is. Check this out.
You couldn't mistake that plane with anything else.
This is, of course, RATT 55, the mysterious radar plane of the US Air Force that has long been rumored to fly out of Area 51. And here it is, right over Area 51. Oops, you see the hills. Area 51 is just at the foothills here. And in the next video, you are going to see it land at Area 51.
Yeah, the video shows the final land. It made a few different techniques to get to the base, because it just arrived out of blue at one moment. I thought it was long gone, but then I heard it on the scanner and was prepared to see some kind of a fighter just doing a touch and go, on the screen. But then I'm looking, oh geez, what the hell? How lucky I am today,
And you wanted to see, you told me before the hike you wanted to see RATT 55.
It's matter of a speech. Guys, you couldn't realize that on my previous trip back in April, I told some friends of mine in advance before doing the trip that I would like to make my dream come true and record operations of F-117's Nighthawks from Groom Lake, because I saw them plenty of times at TTR, so the sister base to Groom, but never at Groom. And then I'm just sitting on my secret view spot that is widely known now. And I'm looking on the screen to see that two small, well, not so small, fighter-sized aircraft coming on the screen, and I got one. Wow, this is what I would like to see. This is what I wanted to see, and it comes true. And before that particular 2 days or tomorrow's or that week's adventure, I spoke to some colleague of mine as well and told them that I would like to see the RATT 55 operating from Groom, because that was the plane that I knew operates from there. I knew that it's kind of rare aircraft to see, and that was my next dream that would come true.
And I think we need to.
That was a wish, and I got.
I saw a couple of questions here. Tom Wilson asked, first of all, TTR runway, yes, it is still closed.
Yeah.
And then Tom asked, what is it? Well, the really special thing about it, I mean, when you look at it, it looks weird. It's got this little, or this big protrusion in the back. It's got a fat nose. It's got a hump on the top. It's got a hump on the belly. It's basically full of radar gear, and it is used for basically testing the radar cross-section. It's like a flying radar cross-section test range. It can test the radar cross-section of aircraft flying in the air. Normally, a radar cross-section range is more static, like you put up a plane on a pylon and measure it on the ground. This guy can do the same thing in the air. It has all kinds of instrumentation on board, and it is rumored to have been heavily involved in the development of the RQ-180 UAV, and it's flying. You can see it in the 2508 airspace. The Edwards range is quite a lot, and you always see it kind of coming out by Beatty. All of a sudden, it materializes in midair, and then when you're looking at flight tracking, and then it does its thing in the 2508 airspace against an unknown test subject. And then it flies back towards Beatty, and then poof, it disappears again. They turn off their tracker.
I wonder where.
We have long suspected that it's going to Groom.
Yeah.
And here is the proof. In a minute, you're going to see the video where it's landing at Groom. And not only that, we saw Hangar 18 opening up.
Yeah.
And we're going to also see, well, unfortunately, we don't have video of it taxiing into Hangar 18.
The point I would need to make at this particular point in time, funny little story behind this, guys. Normally, when someone was saying that, whoa, there was some action, there were some back projects operating, and I thought I could make a photo or video of it, but then the battery died. I always thought, oh, they're just telling out of the... And now it happened to me as well. You know, it was like a dramatic situation for me. I'm just sitting there waiting for it to arrive, and now in the right corner of the screen it shows that battery thing that begins to flash. I got, oh Jesus, not at this moment. This is so dramatic moment to happen. So I got to know, okay, I need to do it. The battery needs to still be alive for record that guy coming to the runway, whatever it was. I didn't know that it was RATT 55 at the moment, but whatever it would be, that was something pure military. So I wanted to have it on the tape. It's digital, of course, so not the tape anymore, but you get my drift. And at the moment, it made the first touch and go. It left to the other side of the base, made the circuit, got back, and asked about permission to do another touch and go, so the second time. And the battery was still flashing. I knew I had a different tripod that I used to have on my previous trips. So at the same time, I knew that I couldn't abort it because I wouldn't be fast enough to change the battery for the spare one to be able to catch that one coming to the runway again. So it was like dramatic situation. And after that, I made it possible after the second touch and go, after it made another circle above Groom, to get back for the final landing, and this is the video that you will show in a second. But then I made it to change the battery, but at the same time there were some problems with the tripod, because as I changed the battery, I need to set the tripod again for that particular case. So anything that could happen at that moment what's happening, but I got with it. Yeah, so
You
it
got
was
it.
fine. Yeah,
You got it.
yeah,
And
I got lucky
we
actually.
got proof not only that it's living at Area 51, we also have proof that it's living in Hangar 18.
Yeah,
You saw the hangar opening, then we saw minutes later it was taxiing, still in the dark. It took off. Now it's coming back. We're going to have it landing here in a second.
yeah,
And I'm looking at the comments here. West Coast Afterburner, yes, it was just that's an F-35 call sign out of Edwards that it's flying against. And it is flying usually in the 2508 airspace that is right around larger area around Death Valley, northeast, I'm sorry, northeast of Edwards Air Force Base.
yeah.
That's where it's usually flying, and you can track it, but then when when it goes home, they switch off the transponder, and so it disappears. But now we have it here, and let's take a look at it
And
actually landing.
just because of that mess that I had with the battery, the tripod, that's the only reason I couldn't record the actual moment, that particular scene, when it's entering the Hangar 18. But we'll show you the proof that it's definitely where it resides, at the base at Groom Lake. So I'm just getting silent right now. Go to the 30 seconds.
It was at 30 seconds,
I'm not
wasn't it?
sure. Yeah.
So here we're looking at the hangar at the south end of the base, so that pull-through hangar, and there it is. RATT 55 landing at Area 51. So I think that answers an age-old question: where does RATT 55 live? It lives at Area 51.
Yeah.
No more question about it. And this is the point where Michael was just sweating bullets and trying to frantically scramble for a new battery. So it just tacks it run. You can see it land on runway 32, roughly from south to north. It disappears behind the hills here, and then you would see it basically taxiing around. Taxiing around to the to Hangar 18. And we have a little montage here. Well, actually, you know what?
In post-production, I will just take care of the video.
This was so beautiful to watch. Let's just watch it again. And yes, you will enhance it. I mean, it's amazing what Michael does with his enhancement. You're going to be blown away when you see the footage on his channel.
It is always a tough work to do, but I really like it. So I'm looking ahead to see what I will be able to do with that image to look even better than it's now.
And folks, if you're looking at that shake, this is 26 miles away. Yeah. So a minor shake in the camera is a big shake in the terrain that you're looking at. So, this is, for those that don't know the area, you are 26 miles, 40 kilometers for those in Europe away. And you're looking through a lot of desert air. And of course, you're just touching the camera, and the picture starts going all over the place.
Plus, additionally, sometimes it's windy days over the top of the peaks, like it used to be on the top of the peaks. So sometimes it's even not helping with the thing, but making it more difficult to take a sharp image. But for that moment, it was fine. I will just make it like.
I think nature really cooperated. I mean, you picked the perfect moment, early morning. Well, actually, they picked the perfect moment to land.
Yeah.
The lighting was just right. And you can see fine details on the hangar here and all that stuff. There's really just a short moment in the mornings, very early mornings. You're looking, or we are looking roughly west. So you get the rising sun right behind you. And as soon as the sun comes over the hills and lights up the base, that's the perfect time to take pictures. About an hour after that happens, the heat kicks in, you have heat haze going on, and it gets uncomfortable, and so you really have a very short window.
You just have a time window of like 7:30 or 7:15, something like that time span range, up to 8:30, I would say, and that's the final moment that you could take a good quality pictures with good sharpness, good lighting, and there's something that you could use your phone for panorama or anything else. And yes, just try to explain.
Here we have a little montage just to show you. Like I said, we don't have RATT 55 taxiing into the hangar, But for that, we have a little bonus Janet here. Look at that. We got a Janet here and it's taxiing in front of hangar 18. But what we really want to show you is a timeline. So RATT 55 landed at 8:30 and 58 seconds a.m. This is hangar 18 with the doors open. You can see those are big doors that slide sideways, so they open sideways. And you can see that they are wide open. RATT 55 may already be in there 10 minutes after it landed, or it may still be taxiing towards the hangar. And then at 8:49, you can see the hangar door is just a crack open. So they are just closing it because at 33 seconds, there's still a crack open. And at 46 seconds, only 13 seconds later, it's closed. So they were just in the process of closing the doors. At this point, RATT 55 is back home in hangar 18.
It was probably sooner than what is showing here in the hangar, but it was cooling down the engines probably. So that's the time that the the doors were open. And just out of curiosity, I'm curious if the employees of the base or co-workers there that were sitting inside that Janet that is seen on the second and third picture were forbidden to see what is inside the hangar because the doors just closed at the moment they were passing next to it. Yeah. Is it a coincidence?
It's like, oh crap, that's a Janet. Let's close the doors. Boom. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's so compartmentalized that even though I'm sure it's an open secret in the base that RATT 55 lives there, but nobody really needs to see it. So it could very well be that they said, oh, okay, we better close the doors here.
Yeah, that's something.
But I think bottom line is yes. Did it taxi into the hangar or was it towed inside? Nick, we don't know. We didn't really catch, or Michael didn't really catch it taxiing into it because he had to change his batteries on the camera. As stupid as it sounds, it does happen in real life at the worst possible moment. Yeah. So we don't know if it was towed. I don't really think there was enough time to put a tow rig to it. It landed at 8:30, and at 8:49, less than 20 minutes later, it was in the hangar. So I don't know if, well, I guess if these guys hustle, they could hook up a tow rig and get it in there.
I think if I would bet, it's not a fact, but I'm betting on it now. If it landed at 8:30 and the first left photo was taken at 8:40, that means that in the time of 10 minutes, you need to take the way from northern part of the base up to this hangar, because after that, I have already fixed the problem with the tripod and the batteries, so I would see it coming to the hangar. So it was probably in that time frame from 8:30 to 8:40, somewhere in the middle. This 10 minutes were like life moments.
They probably left the doors open, like you said, for a little while to let the engines cool, or maybe even it took a while to shut the engines down. I don't know how long it takes for those things to spool down, so they probably can't to close the doors while the engines are still winding down. Who knows? I mean, but I think it's pretty conclusive. There's only one thing you could do better is you could actually get a picture of it taxiing in there. But I think we have proven you have proven that RATT 55 lives at Area 51, and you have proven with more than 99% accuracy in my book that it lives in hangar 18.
Yeah, that is something I wouldn't just take off of my hand or just imagine, because I just tried my best to record it entering any hangars. I knew that the northern section of the base is not big enough to house or accommodate an aircraft of such size, so I knew that it would definitely come to the hangar 18, but to get it come true, I needed to fix the technical issues, and it just took too much time, guys. It was too much time.
Yeah, well, that's
maybe next time. I'm not saying the last word.
There's always a next time.
There's always a next time.
So next time we will have video in 3D of RATT 55 taxiing into the hangar.
Into the hangar, yeah.
Well,
we're closing the doors afterwards.
And closing the doors. And the pilot waving out of the cockpit.
Yeah. I will try my best for him to see me waving as well.
So that was, of course, the it that we've been talking about. But folks, don't go away. We got another big news item for you at the end of this presentation, and then we're going to take some questions. So we'll go through some of Michael's other really great videos. They are great already, and they will be much greater when Michael is done processing them. So
I will do my best to provide the best what I could.
let me just see if I can get up to the camera. Okay, this is, you know what? We're going to have to stop this for a second. I'm going to have to grab that our notes out of this.
Yeah, made some notes from yesterday's evening, so I knew that we could be well prepared for it. And guys, will just comment on it. So sit gently, perfectly take a Coca-Cola or a beer or anything, and just have a good fun with it.
All right, so here we are again. Okay, this video, we're going to have a Janet taking off from Area 51. And let's see, it's at 1 minute and change here, at 1 minute 22. So I'm just going to forward.
Most of you guys may be curious why the left side of the video is purely like the orange or sand colored, while the right of the picture is deep in the darkness, like in blur in color. It's because of the fact that there are a lot of clouds, and this effect is made by the clouds giving a shadow to the ground. Sometimes it's autofocusing is freezing because of that, but not for that moment.
The colors are really distorted by the atmosphere. There's a blue tint to everything just because of the atmosphere. I mean, when you look up in the sky, it's blue. So you're looking through the atmosphere sideways, and it's going to be blue also. So here it is, Janet.
This is regular 737.
Just a Janet 737. Only a Janet 737. I mean, that's pretty spectacular just in itself that we actually see one of the worker shuttles taking off from Area 51. Now, you're so spoiled, you're saying it's only a Janet.
I just used to seeing it quite recently,
But yeah, this is one of the morning Janets, and what they do in the mornings is they fly out of Vegas, of course, bring people into the base. The night shift flies back with them. Only a few people, of course, most people work daytime. So they are busy going back and forth all morning long. Then during the midday, it slows down a little bit, and then in the afternoon, it picks up again. The Janets, for those, I don't know if there's anyone in this stream that doesn't know what a Janet is. Very quickly, those are shuttle flights from Las Vegas McCarran Airport, or Las Vegas International Airport, I'm not going to say the name, to Area 51. And they bring workers into Area 51 every day, bring to Area 51 in the morning, bring them back to Vegas in the evening. So people actually fly to work on these Boeing 737s, white 737s with a red stripe on it. And that's what it looks like when they take off from Area 51, of course, in total secrecy. And here we're looking at the gravel pit, actually. A pretty nice shot of the gravel pit at Area 51. They have their own concrete plant here because they do so much concrete work that they actually have their own concrete plant to make concrete. And some of the hills in the background, there's a radar reflector here. And of course, the Papoose Mountain radio site is up here, just out of frame. But, this is just the Janet taking off. Again, you got to remember, we are looking at 26 miles away. So in other clips, you're going to see cars driving around.
Yeah.
Well, you go try that at home. Try taking a video of cars driving around 26 miles away. You'll see. It's pretty amazing. All right, what are we looking at here?
This is just a very photo that I took. It's still in the darkness. I used the long exposure time to take that picture, but you can see the sharp lighting of the Janet ramp as well. You can see the lighting of the Hangar 18 again, and you can see the remaining part of the base to the southern part of it. So you can get the nice look on this bluish lights of a taxiway in the middle of the field, and additionally some supporting lighting that are all over the at the base. I think ports, like a ground port or something.
You don't really see it from this angle, but we talked about this before. The most spectacular thing I've ever seen at Area 51, and Michael agrees with that, when they all of a sudden turn on the runway and the taxi lights at night.
Yeah.
You're looking at absolute darkness. There's a few lights, and this is the Janet terminal. Those lights are not on during the nighttime. So you're looking at a really dark base, and all of a sudden you have this carpet of light in front of you.
It's like you are looking basically on pitch black, on nothing, because I experienced the same feelings as Jorg at one of my first visits. It was the moment when I was looking right to the base, to the particular set of the landscape where the base is located, knowing that it's over there, but it was pitch black. There were no lights at all. And at one particular moment when I was just looking at it, all the lights, boom, at one point. It was like, oh, Jesus, that's huge facility there.
That's a goosebump moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, we got another picture of the Janet terminal here. There's a hill obstructing some of the base.
And then
this is a part of the center of the base, I think. And it looks like there's a couple of radio towers here. We're going to talk about the new radio tower a little more detail in a minute here. I think we've got to pick up the pace a little bit so we get to the questions, and of course get to the other piece of news that we're still about to share. So guys, don't go away, guys and girls. I'm sorry.
Just it.
And there's more of a total. This is the south end of the taxiway. This is where the runway begins. So they taxi from the Janet, like the Janus taxi from the Janet terminal down here along the south part of the base, south ramp, go down to the south end of the runway and take off heading north. Or, of course, they go to the north end of the runway and take off heading south. What's interesting here is that stripe of light. That's actually a vehicle driving on the road from gate 700 from the Nevada test site, the national security site, as it is called now, to Area 51. So this could actually be, there's a good chance of this is a security vehicle.
Probably, yeah. There was a single light, but because of the time exposure, I took the photo, it just made travel some amount of meters or some amount of way. So that's made the point with that.
And here we just have a close-up of Hangar 18. Now this is, again, a hangar that is 26 miles away. You can see ducts on the side of the hangar. You can see the patch roof. And, we just wanted to share this photo with you because you can actually see the doors here, the sliding doors that we saw opening before. This is the hangar that RATT 55 lives in. And, the doors are closed now, but they just slide open. RATT 55 goes in, doors close.
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
I've had many rumors of usage of that hangar, particular Hangar 18 at Groom, for many different projects that I couldn't mention. But of course, these are public rumors, yeah? So the motherships or anything like that, that was already put in on the SR-75, or call it as you like. There were plenty of comments in Aviation League about it. It was intended that this hangar was built for it, but I don't believe in that for a second. There could be some different opportunity to make that one for some other project, or maybe it's even older. There is the lack of data when it was completed or constructed. I even asked some people in the know about it, but they couldn't pinpoint any kind of particular answer. So it's just an open question. If anyone knows about particular date, you can leave a comment. Or
please do.
Yeah, please do.
Anyone that worked on the construction of Hangar 18, please raise your hand now.
Yeah.
I don't see any hands. Okay. So now check this out. Look at that truck driving by here. I mean, you can see a truck. You can actually see the cab, and you can see the back of the truck. That is the detail that Michael, with his camera, can actually capture from up there. And this was not the best day. The conditions were okay, but they definitely weren't super.
There were better times, to be honest, when I was present at Secret View Spot or Tikaboo Peak, that I could see the base a little bit better, even though the atmosphere was okay, because still the temperature wasn't the highest during the day, but the visibility, the haze was still apart from the early hours of that day because probability of the dumping of the air or something along that lines. There was no raining, there was nothing particular about it, but it's just a desert. You may see the dust or anything like that. Sometimes it's affecting the image too much, but fine, it worked out like that for that particular trip.
Well, you can see the line between where the
Yeah.
sun is already and this part is still in the shade, or there's a cloud. I don't know what the case may be, but you can definitely see that this
Oh,
part back here is in the
something
shade.
is
There's
something is
a
approaching.
beach janet. That's one of the small beach janets landing at Area 51. And you know, this is they come in pretty hot. I mean, that guy is really hauling ass when he's going in for a landing.
Yeah, it's quite quick plane, really. If you would see it on approach, that I could see the binoculars, I thought it's about a fast mover of some kind of regular fighter. But in the end, it's just the Janet.
It's just a janet.
Just
But, you know,
again,
listen,
mini Janet.
these are people that work on super secret projects that fly in there. Don't forget
Sorry,
that.
guys.
I wish I could just get on one of those just a janet and fly in there.
I wish I could be on board of that plane to land at the base.
Yeah, well, we can dream.
Yeah, it's always
So let's see what we
does not
got
cause
here.
anything. Yeah,
Oh, we got the
yeah,
we
that's
got,
a close up.
okay. Now you can actually recognize it as a. When it gets a little further, you can actually see. Yeah, right here. Come on, you can actually see it's one of those beach craft with that high tail fin here. That's one of the beach janets on its way, and it's going to the, of course, to the Janet terminal at Area 51, bringing in either VIPs or they have unscheduled flights that go out to China Lake and to Edwards Air Force Base, Plant 42, and so forth. So the big ones, the 737s, they go back and forth between Las Vegas and Area 51, and when it's open Tonopah. The little beach janets, they do the special mission stuff.
Yeah.
So
the kind of the pinpointed that if you're seeing that janet over there, that means there may be, just maybe, an action there that day that is upcoming.
let's see. Here we have. Okay, this is on his last trip. I think it was your last trip. You've done so many trips. I lost track. I think it was your last trip where you discovered that new tower that they are building. And here's
that was a coincidence that I discovered it because I wasn't really looking for it. But if there wasn't the picture,
what are you talking about? It was your doing. If you hadn't gone up there, you hadn't discovered it. Take some credit here.
I'm just shy, guys.
So yeah, here it is, that new tower. Impossible to tell what's mounted to it. Probably some comm gear. And here, of course, is the Janet ramp.
The one is rolling to the apron position right now. The one in the middle.
It's better right here.
If there would be better lighting, you would see the people, so the co-workers or employees coming off the plane, like on one of my previous videos. It's possible to even spot an individual walking via the runway or the taxiway, even from 26 miles, so 40 kilometers away.
I fully expect cameras, when you're done with processing this, it'll be a hell of a lot better. You'll see a lot more detail.
Yeah, the haze thing, the shake thing is something that I used to do in some post-processing programs. So you always get the final product of mine after it goes about all the progression, post-processing, editing, and the final product is what I uploading to the YouTube. So I used to have some technical skills to do that properly because before I started to begin my trips to United States for spotting expeditions, I was the one who just made some trainings on the computer graphical programs just for my hobby, like a Photoshop or something. And sometimes, somehow, I knew what tool to use in the right way.
The younger generation, they always know how to use that stuff. Us old folks,
I'm just using good tutorials, yeah.
So yeah, I know that you're gonna enhance the heck out of it, and it'll be absolutely beautiful when it's done. So let's see, what do we have here? Oh yeah, we got a special treat for you guys. Not the one that I promised you. That is still coming up. Don't go away. We keep that for last. But we have another little special treat for you.
I even don't remember what is it.
Well, watch this side of the screen. There it comes.
Oh, but yeah.
One of the groom security choppers doing its rounds. And he's hauling ass.
Yeah.
I mean, when you mentioned that to me earlier, it really clicked. I mean, that thing is just hauling ass.
Maybe they were looking for me.
No, maybe.
The wrong direction they took.
Yeah, right. Well, your spot is still safe.
Yeah, hopefully.
And there's
a
Janet taking off.
Just the Janet.
Just the Janet.
Janet.
We'll have more. Don't go away. We'll have something else other than Janice. And there is just the Janet taking off.
Yeah.
By the way, these are the fuel tanks of Area 51. Pretty new. They renewed. They demolished the old ones in early 2000s and put new tanks in there. All right.
Back then, it was the fact that the base is not operating or is not working anymore. So, good idea to put the new tanks to the not existing base.
Yeah. Well, they were getting ready for something big to move in.
Yeah.
We're still a little foggy. We're still a little foggy on the timeline.
Yeah.
So now we are getting a little teaser of the other big news. So let's see, where are we? At 40 seconds. Going to 40 seconds.
About 30 minutes away.
I'm the author of the pictures and don't remember what it shows. Okay, I know that.
So I don't know if the audio was, if you guys could hear the audio. The tower just said the tanker is still 30 minutes away and they're awaiting other players. So this was a big mission that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of players involved. I haven't really listened to all of the audio yet, but a couple of the players that were involved was actually these guys that we would see here in a second, hopefully.
There was the one.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
It's a little hazy.
Is it hazy, but do let me do my work.
I know
It will be better, yeah.
You'll enhance the hell out of it. And I think in the next shot, it's going to be a little more recognizable.
The next shot should be better,
But what's interesting that this guy that is taxiing here came out of this area. He materialized mysteriously in this area.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to that towards the end of our little presentation here. So let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, this is actually the...
Yeah, this is again one of those...
Okay, 40 seconds into it, we have the guy taxiing.
It's just in the middle of the screen now.
And I think it becomes pretty clear. Again, it needs to be enhanced, and Michael will do his best to do it. But I think it is pretty clear this is an F-117. You see the triangular shape,
canopy, yeah.
the pointed canopy, the large tail. This is an F-117 taxiing to runway 14.
32.
Runway
32.
I'm sorry, 32. Thank you. Absolutely. So the south end of the runway, so he's heading north, runway 32. And let's see, I think we have another one, don't you? Okay, we got the second guy taxiing.
Yeah. They used to do operations, training or missions or whatever you would like to call it, in pairs. It's very rare to see one F-117 operating from the facility. They used to fly in pairs, at least from my experience. It's both at Groom, at TTR, they always do fly in pairs.
Okay, we're just waiting for the tanker. Okay, so this guy's already, the F-117 is still sitting here. The second guy,
yeah.
This is night 32 and night 31 is coming up here. And they're just waiting for a tanker to get on range because they don't want to have these guys up there and run dry and, oh, where's our fuel? I guess the tanker never got here. Oops. They don't want that. So.
Yes, it was the moment for me to wait. So I barely had to look on the display of the camera. And when I finished it, when they finally make any movement, it was like 20 to 25 minutes. Guys, I was like glued to the screen to not miss its movement like a takeoff or something. But I made it, yeah.
Yeah, that's patience, my friend. So, I think this is the one. Was that the situation where we had him? It was actually really odd. I don't think we
Yeah.
have that clip.
I know what you
prepared,
want to
but
mention, yeah.
They actually looks like somebody's driving it.
Yeah, there was a car, yeah.
Sweeper vehicle, probably sweeping the runway.
Mhm.
And then, where they were sitting here, and then all of a sudden they taxied to the north end of the runway. Probably the winds changed or whatever, so they went to the
Yeah.
north end of the runway and took off in the opposite direction. I think we got that in this clip.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. Oh, you can see now I was prepared because I heard it on a scanner that they just left to the runway 14 to take off from different side.
Yeah.
So you can just look at it, and now it will be pretty obvious. It will just appear on
There
it.
it is. So they taxied all the way north, and now they're taking off to the south.
And yeah, there was another one of those. It takes like a separation between the first takeoff and the second one takeoff is like 20 or 30 minutes. It's probably written some documents or technical aspects of how to operate the aircraft in the pairs, because I know that there are documents that could divide even such scenario. So they need to be very tight with the schedules and the rules they provided. Yeah.
So it's
I knew that they should come, but due to haze, I couldn't even see the movement on the second one. It was only after in review of the files that I noticed with George that there is one coming off the screen. It should be here. Where is it?
931 standby. Okay, 931 is still on the ground. I don't know. Can guys in the chat, guys and girls in the chat, I'm sorry. Can you hear the audio at all, the scanner audio? Right now there is no audio, but
Oh, yeah.
okay, save it for you. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Looks like there were some flies up there.
They were tracking me all 2 days. Maybe there were some robotic ones from a reactive C1 to spy on me.
You never know.
The way their things used to happen, so you never know.
Well, they certainly have the capability.
I didn't want to interrupt the video because I knew it would come, but curiously, how much time we would need to wait for it to arrive.
Well, I should be coming up here in a minute. We didn't make a note of what time actually.
Maybe it's already gone.
At 1:28.
1:28.
I think we missed it.
You sure?
Yeah. Yes, we already missed it. 1:28.
Ah, yeah.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
You just got to look very closely.
Yeah.
And then we got a Sabre 401. We got that taking off at the 4 minute and 15 mark.
So basically, that means there were at least 3 aircraft that were departing from Groom for that big mission that occurred just yesterday.
There was I don't know if you guys saw them.
There was the lightly colored one, I believe.
It just kind of.
Yeah, there is one now.
There it is. So Sabre 401 is one of the Groom, the beach jammers that double as a mission aircraft.
Yeah.
So that for that mission, like you said, there was 2 Knights. There was Sabre 401, and I think there was also Sabre 01 or 02 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
That we suspect was one of the Groom F-16s that we don't have video of, but it was a big mission.
Yeah, the 20 aircraft were involved, and they were supposed to meet in the air with other players to the command mission, and the mission lasted quite amount of time there.
Yeah.
It started about 10:30, speaking of the memory, and it lasted like 3 or 4 hours and was still ongoing when I finished to listen the comms. So
Yeah,
yes, it was
Yeah,
quite big mission.
it was a huge mission, and it could have been one of those black flag missions or something like that. It was something big. I mean, there was players from all over
The
the
base.
Western U.S. Participating. There was people from, I'm not sure, was it Jester also? There was somebody from Edwards here, and there was, they were from all over the Western states. All right, so this, now these videos that we just saw, they were all taken with the camera.
Yeah, this is all the camera thing. So
And-
this is what I used to do before and now on this trip, and this is something that I uncovered during the beginning of the stream today. Now we'll focus on the pictures I took with the binoculars and 3D attachment with the smartphone attached to the binoculars, recording the video. And this is just this.
That's what you're looking at here. I mean, this is
Yeah, this is it's moving, yeah, but it's good, got a good stabilization. You can see
Okay.
it now that of course there is a haze, but this is not bad. This is something that you can easily distinguish the shapes with. You will see probably the Janet taking off. You may see the other aircraft that were taking off as well. And if I were able to just distinguish the shapes and tell the types, it means that it was as it was supposed to, yeah. So I'm quite happy with that. I was feared that it wouldn't be enough for taking a good quality pictures. And of course, there is always the post-processing, as we know,
there
that
you go.
made work.
And one thing we discovered when we looked through Michael's material, apparently this you see it's kind of jumping. Apparently my computer can't quite keep up. This is in 4K.
Yeah.
And apparently my computer, my laptop can't keep up with 4K rendering. So when you play the video, it kind of skips a little bit. But I stopped it here at the right moment to see that this is Hangar 8 on the south ramp, and you can see the doors are actually open. This is a very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
And I think that caught your eye when you were filming.
Yeah, because I was just looking at the screen and noticed something irregular. Because I used to see that building, that particular one, because it's just in the middle of the field. So the first point after looking at Hangar 18 is to look on the level to the right of it. And I got in the idea that it's darker than it should be. So I looked at it closely and saw that, yeah, the doors seems to be open.
Yeah, and something interesting here.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that different people go up to Tikaboo and take videos and all that, get into this. I really, I'm all for that. But recently a video surfaced where somebody took video of just this area. And this fire station 2 of Area 51 here, they saw one of the doors open here. This is just a door for one of the fire trucks. And they mistook that for an aircraft hangar. And it was, what you're really looking in that video is the front of a fire truck that has chrome on it, and there's some glinting and all that. No, that's a fire station. That's a hangar. So
I thought it's Bob Lazar's sport model.
what's that?
You ruined my dreams. I thought it's Bob Lazar's sport model.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they can fit that in there. Maybe, you never know.
It's magic, yeah.
Well, yeah. What am I talking about? I mean, they can squeeze it. They can just fold it up or whatever and shove it in there.
Kicking it, yeah.
But anyway, this is clearly open, and we saw something. I don't know if it's in this clip. Yeah, I think it is in this clip. I think it's actually right here already.
And to be honest with you guys, when recording the video, I got the impression that it is something that left that Hangar 8 that we were just speaking about. But till this moment, when looking for a dozen of times on the picture, I'm particularly not sure anymore if what we are looking at is actually the aircraft, or if aerospace system that can take it to the air or can fly, or it's a vehicle or truck of any kind. It's difficult for me to judge. I will try my best to do it look better afterwards. But at that moment, it's some vehicle. Whether is it airborne to make it airborne or just staying on the roads, I don't know, because I thought that it was an aircraft when I was looking on the screen, but realized it could be anything at the moment. If it would be an aircraft, I would say it was too small to be an unmanned one. That could be a remote aircraft of some kind or anything like that. But I don't want to make any guesses because I just tend to stay on the facts instead of just make some wild theories. Yeah.
So let's go. Okay, now there it is. You can see it moving here. Unfortunately, it skips a little bit, but it's
For all we know, it could be a fuel tank, yeah? That was just
Right.
they were going with the fuel for the night holes that were operating at practically at the same time, yeah?
but it's really interesting that this hangar is open. And as we
Yeah.
will see in a minute here, there's activity in this group of hangars 20 to 23. And what lives in there, you might already guess it, but we have proof for it in a minute here.
Yeah.
And no, unfortunately, it's not the F-47. Sorry, folks. That Michael is still working on that one.
Yeah.
So
Remember, guys, I didn't tell the last word, yeah?
You'll get it. I know you will. Here we have. Oh, that was actually one of the beach janets flying. Yeah, right there, flying over the base. That they were doing some kind of a squarish pattern in the Grom airspace. You can see it on ADSB Exchange actually, and on flight tracking websites. I don't know exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, I thought they were just about to land at around 32 because I got the impression by hearing the communication via the radio that this is what they are trying to tell. Or maybe they will try, but the plans have changed. I don't know, to be honest, that I couldn't recognize what aircraft type I'm looking at. It was just as we were doing the review with York, just today's morning, we noticed that it's probably one of these Janets, the small ones. And that could be a good explanation because I could see that particular Janet just making the patterns on the right hand of the base. So I knew it's just repeating itself by doing the circuits next to the base. So that could be a possible case. I couldn't see it making that circus on the right, even though I was on the right from the base as well. But in this particular scenario, when you are looking there, there is a suite that is just making you a wash all the day. There is a heating from the sun that is completely hits you in every part of your body. So you just tend to focus on everything else, but not the aircraft.
But here we see, unfortunately, it skips a little bit again. We can see one of the F-117s taxiing in front of the.
Two of them, actually.
There's two of them.
Yeah, they were the moment that were just.
There's two, one after the other. They were taxiing out to the south end of the runway, and I think that was the day when one of them, for whatever reason, returned to the.
Yeah, that was
hangar.
that was interesting case, guys, because I saw them coming off the hangar 20 to 23 area. At the moment, I didn't expect that it could come over there, but I saw that and could distinguish the shape, so you will be able to do it as well, especially on that particular scene, that particular clip. You will see it in the background with the sandy crawl that it's a triangular canopy again, but they were traveling together to the very beginning of the runway 32, and after that I waited several dozen minutes again, and just out of blue, one decided to go, and the other one just got back to the base hangars.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. I see no reason for one taking off and the second one abort the mission, but maybe there was some prominent case or some particularly interesting case in that moment, or maybe an issue of some kind. It's difficult. We have no answers to anything. We can just make the guess, but it would be logic that something was not working as properly as it should. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do hear that on the scanner sometimes when they have a mission going that there's several players involved, and I get that sometimes. Let me just shut my phone up here.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, just finished.
I do hear that sometimes where they say, player let's say Sabre 3-1, Sabre 3-2, or 4-1, 4-2, whatever. 4-2 couldn't take off. It's only one player today. I hear that quite often. So it does happen because after all, these guys, whatever they're doing is experimental.
Yeah.
So things go wrong when you experiment.
You know, it's like used to be an experience in everyday's life. Yeah, you tend to provide some good new data to the aircraft. You tend to test it, but then as it's not the operational system yet, then it needs to go through some fixing, and this is the moment that it needs to be taken as granted, and they are just doing what they should do. Yeah?
Right. And here, this is actually very interesting, and this is the second big news that we have. You can actually see the F-117s. This is after they landed again.
No, this was the moment the second one that was supposed to take off just aborted to get back to the hangar section. Yeah.
Correct. Thank you. So I thought we had it a little closer up here. I thought you zoomed in a little
There
bit.
is
We can
another
actually
video
see.
of the later one that came back.
Oh, I think this is the one where we have it.
No, yeah, that would be this. Yeah, the one in the middle is just on a taxiway in the middle of the field. Now it's crossing one of the taxiways that are
Right here.
there, and on the right from the Hangar 23.
And then it disappears behind these hangars 20 to 23.
The shelter, actually, yeah.
And what's interesting is that the hangars are old. These are actually the old F-117 hangars when the F-117 was originally developed at Groom in the 1970s. And recently, those covers were added on both sides of the hangars. It looks like one big hangar, but there's actually 4 individual hangars under these covers. And then they built on either side of the hangars, they built this big cover that makes it look like one group here. But with this video, and it's skipping it a little bit, but we were able to determine that it is taxiing behind these hangars.
And entering it probably because that particular video is long enough, then if it would pass through it to the other, for example, Oxcart hangars, Oxcart post-programmed hangars over there, we could probably see the movement there, and there is no movement. So it needs to finish in that hangars, yeah?
So you will see them in this gap, and you never see them coming out here. So they go in these hangars from the backside, which is really interesting. We've long suspected that these hangars are connected to the NGAD, to the Next Generation Air Dominance project. And it's also been suspected that the F-117s are in some way surrogates for some components of the NGAD project. What that NGAD 6th generation, super secret, super advanced, AI controlled. You can look at that in various forums on my website, other websites. Super secret project at Area 51. And I think this very clearly indicates that it's happening in here and it involves the F-117s.
Yeah, I think that's another proof of mine that I was able to make out on the trip, because I tried to make one attempt to confirm that. Then in other days, which was actually yesterday, they went for a mission again, and I was able to notice that they just came to the same place and didn't arrive on the other side of the building. So that means they just housed inside it, which is fine because it looks like the F-170s are romantic, because they just getting to the same places they lived in.
They came full circle.
Yes.
Nice. Well, so those are the big items that Michael discovered. Number 1, RATT 55 lives at Area 51. It lives in Hangar 18. And number 3 rather, the NGAD project lives in this area and most likely involves F-117 as surrogates for some new developments. All that in 2 days on Tikaboo.
Just 2 days on Tikaboo, just a lot of time of watching and being glued to the optics, but it's always worth to spend time in that way. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next trips. Yeah, maybe they will come soon.
Yeah, well, You seem to always be lucky when you go up there. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I remember being up there back in the days, and there was nothing going on at all.
It's I'm just a good player there, or maybe I'm lucky. Yeah.
Maybe these guys kind of want people to know, and now it's like, okay, Michael is up there. Let's show them a little bit.
You guys, I know how to keep the secret.
So you did absolutely fantastic. You got good equipment, you got good skills, you got good timing, and certainly the patience to tough it out. Thank you for sharing all that with us.
I'm happy to share whatever I have with you guys. Apart, that's what I mentioned about the stream last time. If I would really take a video or photography of any kind of system that I would know is something classified, I would definitely not publish it online. I am not an American from the origins, but I try to stay and be as patriotic as I can. So I'm not making my trips to do any troubles with that. Yeah, I wouldn't even mention about RATT 55 thing, but I knew that people are in general know that it operates from Groom Lake, because you could see it on Flight Radar 24 application that it's coming off that region.
Yeah.
So there is no other base that it could really fly off, unless there is the mountain range in Papu's Lake, and it flies off the mountains, as Bob Radar said.
Yeah, I think it was pretty clear where it lives, but
Yeah.
pretty clear and having proof are two different things. And since right now we have proof.
Yeah, that's the proof. Adopted, and for sure, I'm just confident that it lives in Area 51 now. And it's funny because when I first heard the communications, when it was taking off in the first light, on the first dark, I would say, just in the beginning of the day at 5:35 yesterday, the radio controller of Groom Tower at Groom Lake told a particular praise. I couldn't just tell the exact words used, but it was like safe travel home or something like that. So I thought immediately that home for it is somewhere else. Mm-hmm. But I knew that it's RATT 55, but safe travel home. It was here referring for the mission that was ongoing for RATT 55 to get back to the base.
Right. So that means, when you get home, something like that.
Yeah. But I just didn't expect it to get back. That's why I was so happy seeing it back again with such good lighting, with the sharpness of the image, and with taking my another wish to come true.
Awesome.
Simply sum it up, yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you, and I can't thank you enough to share that
Thank you so much.
Us all. And I think we should take some. Do I see Linda in there?
Yes, there was one. Because there were people saying hello to her. Yeah.
We had the chat partially covered here with our little cheat sheets, so we missed some of the chat. I think at this point, let's go open up for questions, guys.
Yeah.
Any questions you might have, ask Michael.
I will be happy and delighted to answer any of the questions you guys have. So just shoot.
Go for it. And I saw a couple. Nick just had a question. Is runway? It's a runway at TTR still closed? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is still closed.
It looks like it's going to be closed until at least into October. I hear that they are having issues, and they tried to patch it a couple of times, and it didn't work. So they decided to basically throw it away and build a new one.
Yeah. So it's definitely not something they didn't predict or expect to happen in the beginning of it. I'm sad as well because there were two bases that I could spot on it. That would be a Groom and TTR, and now this is just the Groom. This is my favorite one today, just, So but when they will already open, I will just again.
John Smith asks, any sign of Air Force One or private jets? Probably not. Did you see any?
No. The private jets, although they are used to fly close to the box, which is the airspace that is directly connected and restricted to Area 51. Although I saw one movement yesterday of the private jet being closed, it didn't interact with actual violating the rules of the base. So there was no mention of that. And Air Force One, if I would see it up there, I would be like even more just amazed than we've seen the RATT 55.
So Kim asks, how long was your hike up to Tikaboo?
It was supposed to be 3 days, but it finished like full 2 days.
I think she's wanting to know how long did it take you to get up there. That's assuming she asks.
This spot is not the Tikaboo. This is the other spot I discovered last year. I tried to keep it as secret as it would, but just let it go at some point because I know most people already use perfectly or correctly where it's located, so there is no point to making it as private or anything like that again. But it's like if I just made the count because I used to run the application to just set in the time. It was 50 minutes to get up, and it was
You're in good
like,
shape.
thank you. And it was like, it's always longer to get down because at that particular part of the world, the tense is that the mountains are so sharply that when you're just getting down from it, you're skidding.
Yeah.
So you need to watch it more that you could get up. So it usually takes more time to get down instead of get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for perspective, last time Michael was here, I was trying to go with him. I didn't make it. I had to turn around because it was too unsafe for me. And he found an easier way up. But just to put things in perspective, what takes 50 minutes for him, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody can make it 50 minutes.
And something interesting that I wanted to mention, and this is a moment for that, I think, is that there is a feature that I wouldn't even predict to use it for, but I wanted to find the most affordable, the easiest way to hike on the spots around the bases here in southwestern United States, and learned the very simple, if you have the codes to use, the very simple solution for the system or the computer processor, call it as you like, to calculate the most affordable path to the peaks or any places that you could. You just need to use the codes in Python, so Windows Shell application, and the computer will automatically generate you the path from one place that you would use with the coordinates to the finish point as the destination place. That could be ending point. And what you need to provide is to have some codecs for the windows. Then you need to have the terrain, the scanned map of the particular place on the Earth. So for that particular case, it was Nevada, and I downloaded it from the NASA website. And USGS has the program of it, and that the resolution is 1 meter, so I know that it's quite good quality data. And I just let the computer do the work. I just use it for my purpose, and it's working.
It's amazing that you can actually use Python. I'm more of the old-fashioned programmer. I've never used Python, but you can actually use that to plot the easiest way to get up there. We used to do that back in the days on topo maps, and maybe we'll go this way, we'll go that way.
Yeah, this is what I used to do before. Actually, I was looking at Google Earth data to see, okay, this looks to be more affordable than that part or that path. But after that, I realized I was so wrong. It was quite easy hike yesterday. And I had a backpack that weighed about 50 kilograms. Because I took like 30 liters of soda with me, of mineral water, and take some, of course, medicines in the case of emergency, take some additional food. So when I was just packing on it on my back, it was like all the time. And there is, of course, additionally the weight of the camera, the binoculars. So it was like about 60 kilograms additionally on me.
Jeez, that's
why my back today hurts so much. And I can't feel any shoulders. I'm burned off like anything else. But it's worth it, For that particular thing, it was worth it.
Looks like this Großherzog von Schnitzelhausen, he might have met you. He said, any chance to see you in Dortmund again? Or I was lucky that one day. Do you remember Dortmund in Germany? Were you there? Or is that...
To be honest, I haven't been there.
Maybe in a previous life?
In a previous life, yeah. I was everywhere. No, seriously. Of course, I was in Germany, but it was in Frankfurt, at some different places. But in Dortmund, no.
No.
Okay. I don't remember being in Dortmund. No, I would remember that.
Yeah, well, maybe you got somebody looking just like you running around.
Maybe I have some kind of a person that looks exactly like me.
So Gary asks if the F-47 is in Area 51, which hangar would they likely be stored in? That's a good question. What do you think?
Actually, if I were bet, I'm getting on it being placed maybe in the hangars that are housed particularly by F-117, so hangars 20 to 23. They probably share some technology, even though in my eyes it looks like that, even though there is some technology that is still ongoing, they're trying to make it operational, they can use the same technology for different purposes. So for example, the aircraft can be reconnaissance, can be a fighter, but some genes, some technology may be applied to the programs and vice versa. So it looks like that they probably sharing some tech between the programs if they need to.
Yeah.
But that's just my guess. Yeah, I don't have nothing to prove it. Of course, if I would, I wouldn't tell you. But
No, I think I agree with you. It's probably the whole that whole area. That's actually 4 fairly good sized hangars. That is completely dedicated to the NGAD project. The surrogates, the F-117s being in there, and I think the F-47 is in that same area. I would agree with that.
Yes, I think it's the best explanation and guess of it.
So John Smith asks, will Tikaboo ever be taken over by the feds? What do you think?
I think with time progression, they know when someone is visiting the range. They for sure know because they even make a visit to see me at one point in October 2023 with all the Watchdog Tango situation even that had happened to me. So they need to know that I was there and they were just checking me out if I'm still alive. That was the coldest night of the month. So they didn't predict that someone would be there, but they probably seen me from the weather station.
Right.
So yeah, the weather station is there to just check on the weather. Yeah. So
that's one of the reasons why you go to your secret spot, because there is not yet anyway a weather station.
Yes, there is not yet weather station, and I think the spot is not able to be spotted or visible from the eye of the weather station. So I got to it and thinking that I can just take a rest there, doing the stuff with the spotting over there, and not being seen. Yeah.
But I don't think Tikaboo will be taken.
Yeah, I don't think it will be taken either.
It would be very hard to enforce.
It takes money, to take the ground growth.
Well, it would certainly ruffle some feathers, especially now with so many eyes on Area 51.
Yeah.
But when they took Freedom Ridge and Whitesides, all they had to do is extend the boundary a little bit. It was very easy for them to enforce it. But Tikaboo Peak is detached. It's a whole valley away from Area 51. So it would be a completely detached, restricted area. That would be, I mean, what are you going to do? Build a little guard post up there and have some schmuck sitting in that guard post all day long and watching if somebody comes up there? Tikaboo Peak is yet, it's not only one peak, it's a whole mountain range that has several views.
Oh, the valley is there. The valley.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Tikaboo, that this is the one that where the black hole was passing by. So they would have to reserve or get back the boundary as much. It would be like 15 or 12 kilometers away from that point where the Freedom Ridge and Whiteside was located and is located at. So it's a huge grab of the land. It costs money to do that.
Years ago,
of course, if they will do and they will have to do that, they would probably do. But they know that people are visiting these places. If anyone has the good quality equipment to record any action, they would know that there is someone because of the weather station. So actually, there is nothing that would surprise them.
Yeah, well, they have road sensors, so when you drive up there, even when you drive up to the washout, you trip, I think, 4 or 5 road sensors on the way. So they know you're up there. And at the same time, they can't just close the entire area because there's actually several historic rock art sites, cave paintings in that area.
There are,
So the shooting gallery is the biggest one that is very well known. And they can't just block public access to historic sites like that. They made an attempt years ago to grab some of that valley further south, and it was actually denied. So I don't think they're gonna. I don't think in my lifetime it will happen. In your lifetime, probably not either. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I just think it's the safe place.
I lost track here. Do you know RATT 55 is the same as Stormy 73? I don't believe so. I'm vaguely familiar with the Stormy 73 call. I'm not very familiar with it. I don't think they are the same animal.
I heard about that cause is Stormy 73. I haven't made it possible to attach to any particular aircraft type of any kind of thing like that, but they are definitely not one and the same. the RATT is usually takes off and departs as room as Sabre. Yeah, it was Sabre 92. Yesterday?
9.8.
9.8, sorry.
9.8.
That always, yeah, it was 9.8, so it used the Sabre costing. That's why I thought it's a fighter, because I used the Sabre ones to being the regular F-16s taking off from room, but glad it was that one, yeah.
So there's Terry. Hey, Terry. Good to see you virtually.
This is what I was.
I'm still seeing C-17s flying to McLaren, Sacramento.
Wow.
What are they bringing in there? What are they transporting there?
Yeah, this is an open question for me as well.
I guess you guys talked about that. You mentioned it.
We may have talked.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have that application, so checking out the roads again and over again. And I haven't noticed on my side that they are flying up there. But if you save the file, you know my email, yeah?
You know, by Terry, get a camera like Michael has and see if you get some good video of them.
Yeah, we can do a common trip. No worries about that.
So here we got what do you say about the only real UFO video ever made? The Haiti UFO video. I can't say I've ever seen it. Have you? You know?
I think I recognized by the word Haiti UFO.
Yeah.
I think I saw that, but I won't make any comments on it because I'm simply not the UFO guy. I just stand on the military techniques and technology and would like to keep it like that.
Yeah.
And it's not about anything against it, of course. I'm up to any conversations, but this is something I'm particularly not interested in, and I don't know much about.
That's right.
So I wouldn't take my word on something I have no idea into. Yeah.
Well, Kim says I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, Kim, that makes two of us. I wasn't able to do it either when I tried last time. So don't feel bad. And, you know, a little bit of trading. And I haven't given up hope yet. So maybe one of these days I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's greetings from Jürgen to Großherzog. Okay, Grüße aus dem Sauerland. What do we have here? Python and what map? Tom Wilson asks Python and what map?
You just need to have the DAM data file, which is the data containing the geographical form of the Earth. It's scanned from the satellites, or space shuttles back in the day. So you basically need to find the particular place on the Earth you would like to make a calculation for, and then load it to the Python. And as far as I can tell, based on the Nevada map, it's free of charge. You can download it, and it's widely used on USG's website and NASA website as well. So you should just barely download it and upload it to the program, to the Python, or just write the code for it because it's opens like that. And that it will load. You may process it. You will see your processor in your computer just doing his best to cooperate and not die. And after we will finish, you will see the KML file or the map of it showing an additional window that will show as a pop-up. And after that, if you will write down the code to save as a KML or GML file or whatever you would like to, it will save on your computer, so you can just open it or reopen it in GPX viewer. It would be the GPX file format, or it could be a camera, then you would open in Google Earth. Yeah.
Well, why don't we, if you ever get really bored and you have a lot of time on your hands, why don't you write up a little article for the Dreamland Resort website?
Yeah, I could provide you the particular codes that I'm using for it.
Yeah.
I'm not trained on it. I just used it for my purpose, but it worked out. I could check that what the system dictated to me really works, and actually there was nothing smoother than this path. I could make it in such a quite short time. It was just 15 minutes from start to the end of the trail, yeah. And I got that backpack. I have no time for a sleep that night, so it was like me being a little bit tired. But I made it possible, and I made it possible to get back even in one piece.
Yeah, in one piece. That's the important part.
Yeah, but of course, just seriously speaking, be very cautious when getting back off these mountains to not skid down, because it's very easy to do something.
Yeah. So John asks, to beat the 26-mile heat shimmer at Area 51, what's better, large scope using lucky imaging software or a smaller one with real-time adaptive optics hardware?
To be honest, the idea with the binoculars came to me when I get a little bit bored of the heating that's devastating the videos in the midday about 11 or 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. actually, and 1 p.m. and so on and so on, that I started to look for some solution for it. I know I couldn't fight with the atmosphere or the heating schema or anything like that, so I knew I could find a solution to make it less devastating for the quality. So of course there is a camera. So if there is a lens, there is the or technology in it. In the view or the view of it, what you are seeing via the lenses need to be fast forward and progress through all the technology inside the camera, which probably do not improve the image at all, but make it worse. So I thought I need to have something to just zoom out in real time and then attach something to it to have a picture of it or the video of it. And this is how the idea has burned. And for a use of this, I would tell you that if you have perfect viewing conditions, the camera will work better because you will use the zoom a little bit extended, so you could see more detail. But in the midday, I just left the camera out of the tripod for the day and use instead my binoculars. And you could see in post-production video when it will come on after I get back to Europe that the shapes of F-117s are better to be seen using the equipment that I attached to the binoculars, the smartphone, because the shape is just best distinguishable due to the fact that you can see it being really triangularly, the canopy. It's something that is prominent. It's something that I wanted to happen again. That's why I bought the binoculars. I'm happy that that wasn't the most money because they're quite expensive.
They are, and you can tell. I mean, the quality is absolutely amazing. With your rigged adapter there, that I'm still absolutely blown away about. But I think a lot of people have also suggested to me using image stacking, and I've always wanted to do that. I never really got around to doing it because when you have the heat wiggles, of course, that's a random pattern. And if you have enough pictures that you can stack on top of each other, image stacking basically is an averaging of the image content. And if you average enough aberrations, you come out with a pretty exact image. I've always wanted to do that, never got around to it. So hopefully one of these days you or someone else will get into that.
That is mission for next trip,
There you go. I'm
asking you what to do now.
I'll hold you to that. I think it's a lot of software involved, and you got to have a quick processor, and that was part of the years and years ago when I looked into that. It just wasn't feasible. But I think that would be something to definitely give it a try. So John Smith again, to avoid detection when filming Area 51, what's a better compromise? A kill flash on your lens that reduces image quality or full thermal blind? Oh my God, you lost me there, John. Full thermal blind that restricts your aiming. I think he's talking about not being detected by, so your lens wouldn't be detected. But John, that is way over my pay grade.
I wouldn't even make any guesses on that. I'm completely unknowledgeable about it.
We are so honest, we don't even try to hide.
To be honest, they know that I'm there. So that's nothing to. I'm not doing anything against anything. So I just there on the public land, so I can. That simply sums up.
So Tom says, let's just not give them a reason to take Tikaboo. I hope we didn't just do that, but no, they know somebody's up there. We trip sensor or Michael trip sensors, so it's if
I wouldn't tell the location, of course, but I can confirm that there are sensors over there.
If Michael goes up there and takes some photos, and that is a real security threat, then I think those guys have a problem because Michael's qualifications and Michael's efforts, not to take away from that, but I think the Russians can be a hell of a lot sneakier. And if Michael is a problem for them, then they really got a problem with security. That's all I'm saying. And I hope we don't have some people at the base just punching their monitors because I just said that. But
Sometimes it's just hitting me like being funny situation for me when we all know that Poland is not a part of Russian anymore, and it's from '89. It's after the Berlin War.
yeah,
Taylor, it's not gonna to be one country again, yeah. And we are completely separate, but still people tends to believe that I'm a Russian spy just taking a pictures of the secret American base. If I would be a spy, that's a matter of logic. What spy I would be if I would just climb on the peak, take a pictures, and then with my real surname and the first name, just make the caption on it and upload it to the web. To the most known dreamer, there's a website of Area 51 ever.
not a very sneaky spy.
No, I wouldn't be much clever then.
No, we have nothing to hide. We are just geeks. We want to pick up that veil a little bit and peek underneath. We are not out here to expose anything or to.
Same as what I mentioned before. I'm not doing against anything, against any law. I have no business in that.
Can you show up with any telescope at Tikaboo, or is there a size limit? Well, I would say the limit is whatever you can carry because the hike is not easy. And if Michael says he does it in 50 minutes, wow. I don't think I've ever done it in less than an hour and a half.
You guys know, if I would just left most of the kilograms with the soda or the snack food, the supplements, I could take something even bigger, like a telescope that would be heavier than that. But if my plan suggests to stay there multiple days and not just several hours, I need to be prepared to have be prepared for everything. Yeah. For example, I can hurt myself. I can just sit down. I would need to have something to cover my leg or anything like that. There is during the peak when you're traveling up there. For the most part of it, there is no internet or cell phone connection at all. So we just need to get to the very top of it to get the cell phone and internet connection. So if I would crash or skid down in the mid section of it, no one else would be even know. It's just one time.
That's an interesting point that we maybe should mention here.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Super remote.
Yeah.
And I think you have an app on your phone that you can send satellite messages.
I do, yeah.
So first of all, I'm familiar with the terrain, and I knew where Michael was going, and he was able to, in an emergency, send me a satellite message.
Yes, that Caterpillar CS75 phones or C75, actually that one is what I'm particularly using for the remote trips or remote areas of the world. It's different parts because you're just paying a subscription to the Barlit Messenger, and they can send you the information about your presence at the place, whatever you want. So, for example, if I would like to tell my girlfriend that I'm safe, but I wouldn't have the coverage there, I can use it, just open the application, message her. She won't be able to answer it because she doesn't have the same application, same kind of phone as me, but still she will read it. So I know they wouldn't, or she wouldn't die without knowing anything what's happening to me. And I know she would cry.
Well, you would hope so, and I know she would. She's a good girl.
She is, yeah.
So,
of course, little devil.
But all joking aside, it's serious terrain there.
Yeah.
And, things can go south really quick, and
you need to know your limitations to be in. You need to know when to abort. You need to where to say it's finished for me, because if you will do anything against yourself and trying to do much or no better than you should, then it will be something that you wouldn't like to meet with.
Oh, we got a lot of questions still going on. We gotta pick up the speed a little bit. We're almost heading into the 2 hours here, and we don't want to take up people's time too much. And we know the people on the East Coast are probably getting ready to go to bed, to go to work tomorrow. So you can rent. Tom says you can rent thermal night vision optics. Might be worth giving it a try. But you'd have to have really good ones. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, I even made an attempt to buy one at one point in time, but when I realized that it would cost me my half of the year summer salaries of any kind, because of that, I wouldn't buy it. And the second option is that you wouldn't take it back to the Europe, and I wouldn't take it from Europe to United States because it's against of the law to travel with the night vision equipment on the board of the commercial aviation planes. So I wouldn't take it back. I would need to buy it here, leave it here, and use it only here. Yeah. So, but it's too expensive, to be honest. If someone would sponsor me that thing, then I would take it. No problem.
Well, Tom talks about renting the equipment, and it might be worth giving it a try. But
and the distance of 26 kilometers miles away, you just wouldn't take anything significant. The aircraft or the system of Sankai would be just above me. That for me would be able to see the shape of it. But in that distance, there is no commercially available equipment that could be spotted, that could be used in that scenario. Maybe military has something like that, but that is something that I wouldn't.
And there's Linda. Look at that. I would never say they can't. They are the feds after all. Well, you know what? You are absolutely right. We never thought they could raid our homes either, and they did. So yes, you're right. They can do whatever the hell they want, and they do whatever the hell they want. So there. So let's see. Can you show Nick Taylor? Can you show us Chalk Mountain and the Old Valley Road gates are from your most recent video? Nick,
actually, the Chalk Mountain does a single here that is on the straight line from the runways to the north. But I'm not sure if it's visible from the portion of that I'm filming from. I don't think so.
No,
there wouldn't be a snap of it.
You're looking at. You would have to look around the Groom range to see it. It's in my Nick. If you look at my latest video about the Old Valley Road gate. I'm actually doing a kind of panning around and show all the different gates where they are. So about halfway through that last video of the Old Valley Road gate, you're going to see where I put things in perspective. From Tikaboo, you can't see those gates. They are further north in the valley.
Yeah, but Tikaboo is still a little bit higher than my spot. It's not much higher, but you could still get some portions of the northern section that are not visible from my spot. So I couldn't just pinpoint on my video. So
has anyone from John Smith Beyond the Usual Jets, has anyone captured Area 51's rumored stealth drones, and what's their signature? Faint thermal bloom or brief star blocking? What? John, you are way over my head here. Star blocking or cute. I don't even know what that word means.
John, thermal bloom is something I'm familiar with, but the other thing I'm not sure about.
I can say this: I don't think anyone has seen any stealth drones. I have, for a number of years ago, the photo is on my Dreamland Resort website. I've seen what we believe to be the RQ-180 near the Area 51 front gate. But that is about the only instance that I know of that anyone has seen any stealth drones or any drones of any significance around Area 51. The problem is on these videos, as detailed as they are, you are 26 miles away. And a small drone, you may just not even see. You may just miss it. And thermal bloom, and on the other thing you're talking about, I have no idea what that is, so I can't speak to that.
I'm not knowledgeable.
Sorry, John. I don't mean to be ignorant here, but I guess I'm showing my ignorance. So, whoops, what did I do here? Let's see. Image stacking is commonly Dr. Hayden. Image stacking is commonly used in astronomy. Yes, that's actually an astronomer friend of mine many years ago has brought that up to me, and I just never. I guess I dropped the ball on that. I've always wanted to try it, I never did. So, no excuse.
Yeah, but the Tom Wilson dimension of the landscape and astrophotography, yes, of course, that's possible. I tried my best because besides the aviation spotter and taking the videos of photography of the unusual aircraft in the range, I tend to do a lot of photography as a hobby in my home country in Poland. And I would tell you, if there are stars and there is no enough light for my Nikon, the anytime exposure wouldn't help. Without any correcting, I keep to 10 ISO for 100 to not get the grainy images, but then you have to take more light. And if you have the camera does have just the optics like that, you always have to have the lamp bump or something, but then you couldn't make it to work as properly as it should be. So if you have any solution, I'm not an expert on it, just doing it as a hobby, but I don't think it would work out. I will ask for some people to take the pictures of the base, like in the bottom, and then show the full array of the sky, full filled with the stars, and even the shooting stars. I counting like 15 shooting stars at one night over there when I was looking at the base. So it was pretty obvious and romantic too, but my girlfriend wasn't back then with me. I would use it.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to do a long time exposure of night
Yeah, but still.
actions, but you wouldn't, basically anything that's moving would be blurry.
Yes.
Only fixed targets would stand out. But I'm sure it's, for professional photographers, I think there is still a lot of room for improvements, and we are all here to learn. I mean, if somebody has some ideas, let Michael know. And
I would be delighted to know something that I may miss.
It out, and maybe you can come up with something that nobody has thought of.
Yeah, I would try it in the coming expeditions.
So, Nathan, I just watched the new Netflix show with you in it. Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We'll talk about that another time. But dark chapter in the history of Rachel. That's all I can say about that. A lot of people didn't look very good in that whole episode. But anyway, Tom Wilson, it's good that you found a different spot than Tikaboo where there's no cameras exactly on a pole watching you. That's exactly right. That's why.
That's why I wanted to search for one. Yeah. And there was an information that, Poland is a great place. I wouldn't confirm, I wouldn't deny. It's my home country, yeah, so.
It's your home country, of course it's a great place.
I would like to stick on that desert and live it forever, yeah.
So let's see, there's John Smith again. Beyond the hangars and runways, is your camera powerful enough to capture signs of daily life like personal cars, a baseball game, or even a base store similar to Walmart?
Actually, if you will see on my bio on Dreamlanders website, there is where the DRR team is mentioned and why I'm one of the members. There is, I believe, there is a link to the Instagram account of mine. There is a link to the Facebook page of mine. So you can take a look on both of the places and you will see that I have the 500px.com website, which I publish the regular photos of mine from the different parts of the world, because I used to travel a lot with my girlfriend in spare time. So we have some from Norway, we have some from northern parts of the world. Yeah, the photography is something that is totally with me, and I could take the sessions of the cars of my colleagues. The games is something that I could just compare to the air shows, because there is an action, so you need to set the exposure in right way, or to take the ISO thing right way as well. But you would like to see it, then you are welcome to watch for it. It's open and you can see plenty of pictures of mine, yeah.
Okay, good. We gotta really pick up the pace here. There's so many questions and we really need to keep it at 2 hours max. I really don't want to go. Let's see. And by the way, we totally appreciate all your questions. We just got to get through a little quicker here so we can answer everybody's questions. What now? We need to set up mesh-tastic devices in the area to support basic communications. Again, you lost me. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Okay, that's a personal message, I guess. And is Michael familiar with
Marcin? Yes, it's Marcin Patrzałek, probably. No, to be honest, I don't know the guy.
Okay, well, at least you know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, because probably the DR Hayden. It's Marcin is the first name that is typically for Polish people, and Pietrzałek is something that it's a Pietrzałek here, but it's Pietrzałek because it's the abbreviation in Poland, the Polish word. But I don't know the guy.
Maybe you can give us DR Hayden. Maybe you can give us a cue who that is. Maybe that will jog Michael's memory who that is. And John says, "Awesome stream. Thank you. Thank you all for watching." Yes, have it sent to Jörg. Send to me what information. If it's information, just send it my way, and I'll give it to Michael, forward it to Michael, whatever.
Oh yeah. I would be delighted to read. You can contact me and reach me either way. Yeah.
For the freedom and for being able to express your opinion. Unfortunately, Germany has changed. Jürgen, that is absolutely true, and that is one of the big reasons why I left Germany almost to the day 30 years ago. On August 31st, it's going to be 30 years that I left Germany, and the freedom to express yourself, or the lack thereof, is the biggest reason why I left Germany. So I feel with you, and maybe there's always America. That's all I'm saying. I have to go. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. You're welcome. Yeah.
Good Nächtle. Okay, rumored stealth drones.
Well, that's good. That's clever explanation. They are stealthy. I haven't even seen the rumors.
Good one, Dan. Thank you. Well, been a while since we talked. I think I know who that is, and it's been a while since we talked.
Yeah.
Whoops! I just jumped too quick here. Did you see a recent video from another YouTuber showing the strange light inside a hangar? Yes, I did, and we spoke about that a little earlier. That is actually not a hangar; it's a fire station 2, and that strange light is a reflection of the chrome bumper of a fire truck. When you look at the video, right next to what that YouTuber portrays as a hangar is an actual hangar. That's Hangar 8. And if you go back in this live stream, if you rewatch it, Michael has actually got footage of that door being open, of that hangar door being open. But again, that's a hangar, and what is portrayed in that other video, which is a great video, and the YouTuber does great stuff. I don't want to knock him down.
Yeah.
He does great stuff, and I'm glad that he does what he does. But in this case, he's mistaken. That is a fire station, not a hangar. And if anyone ever needs any advice, I've been doing this for only 20 years, 25, almost 30 years now? 25 years, I think.
Not 26?
So 26 years.
Yeah.
So if anyone, including anyone who does YouTube videos, wants advice, it's free. I'll give it to you, and I'll be more than happy to give you some advice. I think it's great that new people, young people get into this field. So the guy does great stuff. He has a lot to learn. We all do. I still do after 26 years, but I'll be more than happy to share my experience with anyone who wants it. So there. When is Trump? Oh my God, Jonathan. When is Trump going to speak?
This is where the funny thing begins.
I don't know. I'd rather not say anything on that one. I have so many things I want to say right now, but I'm going to just take it as a joke. Or sign an executive order to reduce UFOs, or that we are ready or not. Again, we don't do UFOs. I just don't think that UFOs would be interested in us if they have the capabilities of coming all the way out here. But the welding video, Dan, yes, I think that's what he says might be going on in there. Strange light in hangar, yeah. Again, in my early years, I have made many, many mistakes, misidentified things, so it is totally excusable, and I can totally see how that happens.
Yeah.
And again, I'm here to help. If anyone wants my help, I'm more than happy to provide any kind of info. I mean, it's all on my website anyway, but if there's anything in particular you want to run by me, ask me, email me, and I'll let you know. That's what I'm here for. Just curious. Okay.
Yeah, that's the reference to the
whatever is a guitarist of some recent fame.
I don't know the guy.
Wouldn't know him. Okay, sorry, no, we don't. We'll have to look him up, though.
Yeah, we'll look afterwards. Yeah.
Are those endless refrigerated trucks leaving Area 51 really for base supplies? Or are they secretly distributing Walmart's rotisserie chickens to fulfill that old alien treaty? Well, John, I don't know. Maybe you're onto something here. And Kim, okay, hopefully this year. Brian, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. And Kim, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated here. That's great. Thank you. I thought it could be welding, but the same light in Jörg's video is almost certainly not welding. No, it's not welding. It's a reflection. It's amazing how sunlight and you're looking. The sun is right behind you, so you got the sun in your back, and you got stuff reflecting the sunlight. It's going to be amazingly bright.
Yeah.
The contrast is just amazing. You actually see some of these not lens flares, but light flares in Google Earth imagery sometimes on metal roofs. They look totally overexposed.
Yeah.
They look like they're glowing or burning or something.
Correct, yeah.
And all it is, it's just sunlight reflecting. Anything about those ground sensors?
No.
Have you tried to scan them with an SDR?
I wouldn't mention
I can neither confirm nor
that.
deny.
Not deny, yeah, same as me. Yeah. Maybe not. No, that's to keep it like that.
Okay,
That is
that
a good
seems to be a
product.
private conversation here. Reflecting seems very reasonable. Yeah, I think it. Take it from me. It is. It is.
You are welcome.
And yeah, thank you. Thanks again, guys and girls, for the donation. Much appreciated. We're not doing this to get rich, obviously, but it is certainly great to see donations and to see our work appreciated, especially Michael's work. Can aliens help humans get smarter?
For some people there is no excuse.
I don't know. Some people, I don't think anyone can help them get smarter. So I don't know. I think there's probably some civilizations out there somewhere, but I don't think they would even want to have anything to do with us. I always tell people, if the aliens come by and they look at Earth and they see what we're up to, they put up a big sign in space that says, "Don't go there. These people are crazy." That's my opinion.
All right, so there is Terry again.
We're coming down soon. Okay. I have learning disability. I always hoped aliens can teach people with learning disabilities better way to comprehend. I don't know, Jonathan. I sure hope so, but I don't know what these aliens are up to.
Have you heard of
B-21 working in the ranges lately, or is it staying over Edwards?
It does at Edwards, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. I have picked up radio communications here.
But it was back in like half of the year ago, like 6 months or 7.
Yeah.
There was no recent appearance of the B-21 here, as far as I can tell.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of.
Yeah. The alien technology. Okay, cheers. Thank you for your work, guys. Well, thank you all for listening in here. Looks like we're coming to an end, and we're right at the 2-hour mark.
And that was one question with a guy in the beginning of the chat when he started. That was left, and I will get back to it to see what the question was. And it was not about the Gary, because this is what we'll answer as well. Yeah. But for this particular question, no, as far as I can tell, the limitations here are not about the lenses, but about the heating. So the atmosphere, that is just too devastating for the photography to be as sharp as it should be. So there is no particular way of using anything that would make it out better. Of course, you can use the manual autofocus that would help you out a little bit more detailed, but in the midday, it's just like me trying to find a solution with binoculars, instead of doing any much sense with the binocular sense, yeah.
It's exactly the heat shimmer, heat haze, as we call it sometimes. That's the problem. You're looking at 26 miles of desert air, and I think you can. We pushed it. Michael has pushed it to the limit. That camera, that Nikon P1000, is a super good camera, and apparently a lot of people use it for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it just built for this actually. Yeah, it's very bad for the garden photography, for monuments photography. Although I'm doing my best, but still, you can get the cheaper camera and get better results. But when you're trying to the landscape photography or long range photography, there is no camera that could be comparable with it, as far as I can tell. And I checked the range of pretty regularly there is nothing.
I think at this point it's more about new techniques like image stacking and that kind of stuff to maybe push it
Yeah.
to the next level. Kim asked if you're listening to comms when you're on Tikaboo.
Of
Yes,
course. I
that's
wouldn't know that something is departing or taking out of coming to the base. The actual recording that when you were playing out the videos before, you were hearing the comms. We asked about confirmation of those. Those were the comms that were recorded by the camera or the binocular by the smartphone attached to binoculars at the real time when the video was doing to record. So yeah, I'm listening on it. I had used headphones before, but now I have a small speaker on me just attached to my clothes, so I could just record the videos and hear the comms in real
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
so. I think you heard some of the comms actually
Yeah.
when we played the
this
video.
is what we referred to. Yeah,
So John Smith again, man, he's got it with a rotisserie chicken here. Man, John, you must be hungry. Go eat something. Monitored by a Ring doorbell with, okay, so we got a fresh Walmart rotisserie chicken monitored by a Ring doorbell with eventually being targeted by a low altitude energy beam and vanish instantaneously. Okay, that's a mouthful.
that's a good question. If they're absurd, can AI be used to correct the heat skimmer case in the possible? Yes, it
Probably.
may be helpful, and yeah, of course you can set a range of it to use it properly, but you need to watch it for the details because if you wouldn't watch out to look on particular days, you can, for example, mismatch the aircraft type because of that, because there will be too much of computer generating image and too less the real data. So
Mhm.
of course AI may help you, but you need to take it with a grain of salt and stay open-minded for it to not use the bad
Yeah.
movement with it. And I'm not particularly focusing on AI because I'm trying to work with the original footage. But if there is anything I could use it for, I would use. But just remember that it's not something that the image is built for. It's something that generated, so it's not the real video then.
Yeah, I think it would have to be tweaked
Yeah.
to, I mean, normally AI tries to recognize known patterns.
Yeah.
And I think we had some cases where AI actually was wrong and it distorted some pictures into something that it thought looked like it, but it
Yeah.
really didn't. So you gotta, like Michael says, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, okay, that's great.
Fleet
Also,
76 mentioned RATT 55 and Stormy 73 are the
Yeah.
same aircraft. I didn't know that.
you know, I got to look into that call sign. I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard it, but I couldn't really put it anywhere. I blame it on my 63-year-old memory. I take your word for it. I'm gonna look at that later. Rotisserie chicken does sound very tasty right now. My God, you guys
Yeah.
must be hungry. It's dinner time, of course.
Just take one.
So okay.
The absolute AI can hallucinate certain pixels. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it makes something being unrealistic because of that.
Yeah, I think that's really AI is not quite there yet to successfully use it for this. I think AI goes. It's great with the mainstream.
It's growing, yeah, it's growing in better
It
each
hasn't
day.
quite figured Area 51 out. Maybe one of these days AI will connect with the AI at the base, and all of a sudden say, "Oh, here's a photo of the base, right, fresh from
Yeah.
my buddy at the base."
Or maybe they will be able to tell me from distance of 26 miles what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
There will be some aircraft passing. Okay, that was this, that was this.
yeah, yeah. Well, AI is a mixed bag, and as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
There is that TikToks
TikTok
and,
area for walking
Oh,
together.
no.
like
That's
something.
also stuff I'm not going into.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I have nothing against it, but not my line of view.
AI found an interdimensional quantum mirror at Area 51. Awesome, awesome. I hope they can mirror some pictures over here. Oh my God, these guys must be hungry. I think it's time to wind it down so everybody can go get some rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. But just the comment that I referred to before, if you go to the top of the list,
I don't
There
think
was-
I can. I think it's cut
Yeah.
off at some point. Let's see if how
Because-
far we can go back.
One
Do you
more.
remember
one
where
more.
it
Yes,
was?
up,
Okay.
up. Wow, there was a plenty of cover. Yes, it was there. And get a bit down, down. Michal, oh yeah, word of it. Michal, respect for all you do, but please come back to rally driving because you are a very talented guy. Greetings from Max Progress. Oh, Max and Maciek.
So
Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Thank
I
you
hope
guys
they're
for
still-
mentioning that. Yeah, I
I hope they're
remember.
still there.
Yeah, I was used to get back to the motorsport. Maybe I will do someday, but then I would need to sell all of my night vision, not night vision, my photography equipment to be able to drive just one event.
Oh, we can't have
But
that.
I cannot, yeah. But it was nice that you mentioned. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, it means
Awesome.
really a lot to me. Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Awesome. I'm glad you caught that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I missed that one.
It was like me just looking back on the comments, like someone is referring to Poland or something. Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Has dear
That's a good
Hayden,
question. I
have
always
you-
my attempts to do. I am trying to just tell my girlfriend to come with me. She don't want to. I don't know why.
it's not for everyone. So he's still it's a work in progress. Let's
Yeah,
put it that
yeah.
way.
Give me some time, guys.
Well, thanks for Nob says congratulations catching
Thank
right 5-5. He's just as excited. I'm excited. I didn't even do anything other than sit here and open the stream. But we are totally excited, and I think that is a huge accomplishment. Actually, congratulations again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for that kind words. I really appreciate that it happened to me, that I'm the first one to that experienced it. It was worth that doing that long way, like 16 hours from Poland to get here, then take a sleepless night, go to the rented jeep to park next to the peak and come in 50 minutes, then sleep over there 3 hours to record the RATT. It was worth. Yeah,
It
no
was-
joking. It was really worth of it.
And I can tell you, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
So, guys, we're going to wind it down. We got to get some rotisserie chicken here too. So I hope you all have a great night. I hope you enjoyed the chat. Thank you for joining us. And again, Michael, thank you for bringing us these
Thank
great
you so much.
videos.
And thank you for the others to come. That is always what I would like to speak with you. You can message me. I can do whatever you want to help you out any questions or answer any questions. You know my address, email address, so you can just shoot an email. I will be back there with the answer. Thank you guys for coming. That means a lot to me. Bye.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Be safe.
Bye.